You guys have been requesting for this car, right? Sorry it took me a while because they don't have the car earlier on. Now this is the Kia Sportage, and this is the higher spec variant, and I kind of like doing it this way because I did not go through the spec sheet at all. So what I'm just gonna tell you now, for the driving video, is what it feels like. Alright? I like the throttle response. It's very immediate. And let's see the suspension. Lovely. That clunk you heard is supposed, I think that sounds like the tools behind. Maybe they're not secured well. Good suspension, but it's expected for an SUV, right? You can have a higher ride height, but at least it doesn't bottom out. Steering wheel is very tiny, very slim, the very nice size of the girth, which is what I like. These are really nice pedal shifters at the back. They look really good. They look like metal, but when you touch them, you can tell it's definitely not metal. This part as well, I think this is the kind of satin chrome finish, but somehow they just don't have the kind of feel when you touch them. They feel very plasticky, but when you look at them, they look pure metal. How the lights shine and all that, how it reflects light, nice job, well done, because it makes the cabin look better. Punchy engine, quite punchy. The brakes are strong, but they are not very linear. What I mean by this is that the brakes are powerful enough, it's very good, you know, but they feel a little bit like those earlier Volkswagens where you depress it and then they go like, ooh, right? So it's a bit over servoed, I guess. And steering is very direct. Good steering. Quiet in terms of road noise. Of course, this is related to the Hyundai Tucson, but I reckon Kia always does a better job, a way better job in its interior than say Hyundai. In terms of the interior design, they are always better designed. The car handles well. The transmission was searching for gear just now. It can be a bit unpleasant when you are flooring the throttle in this car. But no doubt it is a powerful engine, but it doesn't sound refined towards the higher RPM range. It doesn't sound refined enough. Oh, the handling is very good. The handling is quite good. The handling is superb. Not bad. The car holds itself really well, and not bad. You know, this is the kind of suspension that shows the car makers put in a lot of effort in them. First off, when you go through, I was going through speed bumps just now, right? And it reacts with it well. And then when I started cornering, it reacts to the momentum. It reacts to the way you throw the car in. Say for example, now you see it sits on the suspension, but it's so controlled. After it does that, it just, you know, squats down and then it's ready. That means that kind of handling behavior, that kind of driving behavior is expected when they design it. So it's pretty good. The way it drives is pretty good. And for now, what I can say is that it's quieter than the CX-5 in here. And in terms of handling, right, it doesn't really lose out to the CX-5. In terms of the way the suspension is calibrated, it doesn't lose out to the CX-5. But in terms of an overall, what do I mean by that? How the throttle responses, how the transmission reacts, how the brakes are calibrated, on that front is not near the CX-5. It's not, because see, the brakes are over servoed. It is the kind of car where you got up the car, you have to spend like at least a week to tune yourself into the way the suspension does. Turning circle is very good. It's rather fast, you know, the steering is rather fast. So it is a lot of people was like laughing, saying that this car looks like a mini Cayenne or the Porsche Macan's younger sister. Right? People are saying that because of the profile of this car, where they place the headlamp, how the overall design, it looks a lot like the Cayenne and Macan bloodline. And I can say, when Kia was doing this car, they want it to be sporty. They want it to be sporty. Finally, a Sportage that handles well. A Sportage that handles sporty. The previous one isn't as good in terms of the handling and all that. Isn't as good. So, yeah. Quite nice. I think pliancy, in terms of pliancy, the CX-5 is still slightly better in terms of pliancy, because I can tell this car at times those new little expansion joints, it will still throw you a bit. But overall, I'm surprised. I'm surprised with the handling. Oh, the reverse camera. The lines, the indicators actually move with the steering wheel. This is really good. It's quite interesting. Certain cars, right, when you flip the pedal and then you look at the display, when they display which gear is that, right? Certain cars, right, that display is synced to the transmission. That means if the transmission isn't as fast, the display will follow it, right? Even though you have flicked it. This guy here, I mean, a little bit of trick, huh? No wrong there. You flick it, it will already change, but not the transmission. The transmission, you still have to wait a little bit. So yeah, I guess that's how it is. It's a capable engine. It's a bit unpleasant when it comes to how the engine sounded, the higher rev range. Transmission is alright, acceptable. The brakes are powerful, but a bit over servoed. So you tend to have like you were tapping just a little bit, and then it goes like that. Throttle response is alright. On the get-go, boom, the car just goes really nice, and the car is quiet. Alright, so now I'll go through the interior, then the exterior very quickly. So I think roughly that's how the car drives. If you want to know the specs, it's better you just Google them, because it's much faster than me, you know, doing all the stuffs, designing them, making them nice. I'm sorry lah. Yeah, cheers man. Hi guys. Now this video might be a bit shaky because okay, it's not like my other videos are not shaky, right? Because my gimbal is acting up again. This is the Kia Sportage. A lot of you has been requesting this car. Finally, I got a hand on this car, and this is it. Is it handsome? I don't know, man. It's definitely quirky. It is definitely a quirky design. From the overall profile, right, the entire car just screams Porsche Macan or Porsche Cayenne. It has that kind of profile. Even the headlights are mounted way up there. It looks a lot like a Porsche bloodline. Alright, so if you cannot afford the Porsche Macan or Cayenne, this is your closest bet if you like the design. Alright, there are a lot of design details here, which is a good effort, I would say. Look at the fog lamps. Whoa! Look at the little splitters or whatever under the fog lamp. Do they serve aerodynamic properties? I'm not sure, but they definitely look good. That's the Schreier grille. Alright, it's over there. And you know one thing, Kia, right? You see this design? You see this thing here where it sort of curves in, right? This is replicated on their windscreen. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's replicated on the windscreen as well. That is the Schreier whatever. Alright? The headlamps, these are the daytime running lights. Even the daytime running lights is a bit familiar, right? In the way that they split it and all that. But it looks good. It's a good looking car. Alright? Here. So, side profile. Looks good as well. Keyless entry. It has keyless entry. And that's how the key looks like now. Very European. See? Premium, right? But it doesn't carry that kind of weight, huh? But it still feels very good in your hands. Right? These are LED lights across here, some chrome beams, and this is called the GT line. Ooh. Check out the boot, a nice tonneau cover. The day I saw, I don't know which video was that, Honda actually reinvented the tonneau cover. Instead of a beam that goes across and you pull that way, they designed a very short beam. They designed a very short one that is mounted on the side and you pull that thing here. Brilliant design. Why no one thought of that? That is revolutionary, but I forgot which Honda model was that. I think it's a US video. Alright, full size spare. To me, I think car makers, I mean, it's good and very generous that they give you a full-size spare. But nowadays, if you notice, right, a lot of European car makers, they give up the full-size spare because it's a dead weight. It is a dead weight that is up to 40-50 kilo. That's how heavy a tire is, you know. 40 kilograms in your car for no reason, taking up your space and all that. So now most of them, they give you run flat tires and they give you a tire repair kit, and then you can use the entire space here as a compartment, as a luggage compartment, right? I think that is a better solution. Oh, this is, oh, how do they do that? I don't see any mechanism, but there seems to be like a, I need to pull it with strength to open it. Okay, this is very nice, very lovely. What is that? That is the storage compartment. To place the tonneau cover. But that is only usable when you don't have the full size spare. If you have a space saver, I believe you can tuck in your tonneau cover. So it depends on each market what they spec the car with. Alright. Curiously, there's a speaker here. That means this car, why they put a subwoofer at the back? Does this car have a very good sound system? Let's have a look. Let's go to the rear. This is the, I'm seated at the back here. Oh my god. Now I can't adjust the camera up or down or whatsoever now, because my gimbal just practically gave up on itself. Loads of leg room, loads of it. And these are not cut size seats. Alright, as you can see, it's almost up to, what do you call this part? The inside of your knees. Okay, anyway, can you see my big head? I still have like 4 fingers of headroom, which is very good. From the exterior, right, I never thought the inside was this massive. In fact, it is very, very spacious. The windows are rather high. I mean, as in where it starts, you know, if it starts here, then you have a very wide aperture, but it's good enough. Visibility is very good. It's very yeah, it's very nice. Okay, does it come with a lot of stuff? Simple cup holder here, just a 2 lubang type. There's no pass-through. That's because we don't ski here. But the seats, okay, the seats are separated as 40-60. You can remove this, and these two are conjoined together. Not remove, you can put them down. And that's the rear aircon vents. Not much of control except wind volume. Oh, the dials are very high quality. Solid. There's a USB here, very good. One USB, one 12-watt socket. Very good, very commendable effort. That's about it. Not much going on at the rear. And super tiny rear door bins. These are like the tiniest, most anti-bobby door bins that I can find. And there's something really weird with the door handles. I think maybe they redesigned the mechanism, or they just... It takes almost zero effort to open the doors. Alright. Yep. So this type of lock is good because kids won't accidentally open it. But I believe I can. Is there a child lock? Nope. There's no child lock from the driver's side. But it's here. The child lock is over here. Alright. In terms of quality, these are all high quality plastics, right? This gloss black, piano black surface already has quite a number of scratches, as you can see here. So they look good at first, but oh, I like it. Very cool. They try to be premium lah, huh? That's the speaker. The opening angle of the doors isn't even you can see here, it's not even 80 degrees, I guess. They could have designed it to open wider, right? But nonetheless, the aperture is alright, the ingress and egress is okay. I was surprised with the interior room, because this car doesn't look big from the exterior. Alright, from the driver's side, oh, it's actually JBL. That means these speaker covers, right, has got to be the ugliest JBL speaker covers ever. Right, these are premium sound systems, but why? That, I thought it was a compartment, but it's a fuse box, so no point opening it now, huh? That's the front door bin. They could have go full length. High quality plastics, not the highest quality type. What car was that I was in? I forgot about it. That car has a really nice door cut plastic. This one is decent. They could have looked better over here, but decent. So, and that's the dashboard of the Kia Sportage. These are again fake stitches that are molded into the entire dashboard. I'm okay with them, and especially this guy, right, is one of the most convincing one, because they do like double stitching, almost there's like a center piping going on, a bit rather convincing. And you know those people who go like, oh, why they put, you know, fake stitches on the dashboard for the molding and all that. Do you notice all these patterns in every single car? These patterns, right, can be any pattern. Remember the day on the Renault Clio, they put a diamond pattern, but everyone uses this pattern, right? You know why? This is supposed to mimic leather, right? So don't laugh at them when they put stitches on leather, because leather is supposed to have stitches, right? So, so that's the center stack. Now you were looking at this and then you go like, is this 2008? Yes, I'm afraid so, because maybe because of pricing. So they aren't able to spec a higher grade system. So these are rather rudimentary, very low res screen here. Okay, but you have Bluetooth, you have clock. You know, it's very basic, very basic. I wouldn't even call this a multimedia screen, because it's just any screen that, and then it's smaller than your phone, so it's not an infotainment system, I would say. Should I say that? Yeah, I think I can, because it's really just a basic color screen, just like the one on your printer, to show you information in a more pleasant manner. It's nowhere near an infotainment. It's not an infotainment system. It's an entertainment system with a screen, I guess. You can think of the screen here is higher res than the screen here. Alright? But I know if Kia could have spec in the higher spec one, they would have done it, because that's what they always do. So it's always on concerning pricing and all that, they have to balance. Alright, so you have your USB port here, auxiliary, 212 volts here. Wow, very generous. Alright, so it's good. You have hill descent control, you have drive modes, you can go sport, eco, you know, but I don't think it will fiddle with the drive mode, because even on just now on eco setting, right, the transmission is alright. It responds rather quickly, so it's okay. You have automatic wipers, you have automatic headlamps, you have all the steering wheel button controls here. A flat bottom steering, very sporty. This GT badge looks rather brother. So, and this is, they have some design element there, but unfortunately it's made using, I mean, of course you need to optimize costing, right? But it's very user friendly. The panel over here. Alright, what else? Glove box. Oh my god. What happened? Okay, I don't think it's supposed to look like that, because from what I can see here, maybe the service staffs or whatever, they did not assemble the hinges properly, so that the whole thing just drop out like that. So I can't tell whether it is the slowly dropping type or not, because the hinge is not connected. Alright. Center console, very simple. There's nothing much going on in there. And then this thing is a bit, I think they're all like that, right? Okay. This entire part here is basic but usable. So you have the cup holders here. I always like car makers to reserve this compartment so we can throw our wallets or handphone or whatever there. And it's especially nice with the USB cables there, so it's convenient. But other than that, right, you go and watch my video on the Sienta, on the new Fortuner. Those cars, right, you can tell Toyota put in so much effort in the interior to give you here and there, you know, a lot of cubbies here, space there and all that. This guy obviously is not. It's rather simple. And in 2017, as a Kia, it will simple does it. No doubt it's well built. No doubt you have the things that we need, dual zone climate control and all that, no doubt. But is that good enough for a Kia to sell? I'm not sure, man. When you consider the fact that this is going against the likes of CX-5 and all that, and it's not like you have like a 20,000 or 30,000 price advantage. Is it good enough? Traditionally, remember the old Kia Sportage where it comes with a panel roof? This one doesn't. So it's obvious there that, you know, the ringgit has caused quite a bit of casualty. Simple door visors. It's not the high quality type where they have another piece where you can pull out. So this is okay. This is okay. Not bad. Not bad. Yep. Ah, look at this. Some of them, they have sensors in there, right? So when you open, the light will come out, right? What they have a switch here, and then how does switch correspond with this? When you close this thing will hit the switch and the switch will off it. Brilliant, huh? So I think that's about it. The interior, these are leather seats, but these are normal quality leather seats. If you go for the Tucson, right, the Hyundai Tucson, right, you can pay, I forgot how much was it, for super high quality leather seats. And that is really a super plus point. When you look at the seats, right, you feel like ₦1,000,000. Is the seat comfortable? Acceptable. Oh, this is not. This is a bit over bolstered, I would say. I know it's anti-whiplash, but see, look at how my neck is. I mean, when I drive. So I think that's about it. If you are looking at this against the Tucson, this car definitely has a more pleasant looking interior. All right. In terms of build, they are more or less the same. They're more or less the same. And in terms of whether, from a price point perspective, is it justified? See, look at the Japanese, right? All of them has a proper infotainment system, even though they cost maybe 10,000 or 13,000 more, but they have a proper infotainment system. This guy and the Hyundai, they are all the simple, basic ones. I forgot about the Hyundai. Okay, let's cut that out. But this guy, even though you have a JBL system, right? But this is not even a system. This is a very basic 2-DIN player with a colored screen. It's not a system. So, I don't know, man. If I were to buy this car, I would throw this away, because in this time and age, when you're someone who spent 130,000 on a, you know, mid-sized proper SUV, right? You want a proper infotainment system, you know, one that maybe, you know, Android Auto or Apple CarPlay and all that. This won't work in this era. I would just throw this away and buy one myself, because the car isn't bad. So this thing shouldn't be a deal breaker. because the car ain't too bad. Engine and all that is okay. Yeah. Alright, I guess that's my review. How do I find this car? Could have been spec better. Because if you really want to make a name for yourself, right, go straight up price on par with the Japanese, but make sure you get more stuffs. I mean, I might save 10k or something from a Japanese, but I get less cubby spaces. I don't get, doesn't feel new enough. Doesn't feel that way, but the car drives really well. It's quieter, it's quiet, and not a bad combination. But that's the thing, it's just about there. Everything is just about there. Yeah. Will I take this over to Tucson? I think I will, solely because of how this car looks, both inside and out. Then I'll take this over to Tucson. But you look at the competition, man. The competition is stiff. Alright. So I was under the impression that this car has a 10k price advantage over the equivalent Japanese.
141.
Is it 141,000?
Yep. 141,000.
Yeah, there goes the price advantage. Because this is sort of in the same range as the 2-liter Honda CR-V, front wheel drive 2-liter Honda CR-V. That car comes with the full infotainment system and driver's side power seats as well. Does the passenger side has power seats?
Yep.
Okay, both side has this one, but yeah. So if it is 142,000, right, that means this car is not spec well enough, I would say. I mean, it has pedal shifter, the CR-V doesn't. For 2-liter, it has some little bits that looks good. This part, metal and all that.